So welcome everyone. Welcome to Sadhava classes. Today we are going to take another lesson known as lesson number 5, Shivaji's education. Shivaji's education. Let's begin the lesson. Beginning of Shivaji's education. We know very well that Shaji Raja himself was a scholar of Sanskrit. In the Bangalore court, he had under his patronage artists and scholars of various languages. He appointed intelligent teachers for Shivaji. Shivaji's education began when he became 7 years old. Soon, what happened? Shivaji became skilled in the art of reading and writing. He began to read the stories from Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavad on his own. To teach him warfare, Shaji Raj had appointed some teachers. They began to teach him to ride a horse, to wrestle, to use swords, and dandapatta. Thus, what happened at the age of 12, Shivaji became acquainted with different branches of learning and art, different branches of learning and arts. Soon, see, we can see the Shivaji Maharaj and Shaji Raje. Shivaji Maharaj, Shivaji's education under the supervision of Shaji Raje. Soon, what happened? Adisha sent Shajiraje on an expedition to conquer the states of Nayakas, the local chiefs in Karnataka. Before setting out upon the expedition, Shajiraje sent Shivaji and Jizabai to Pune. With them, he sent elephants, horses, and infantry, a treasury, a flag, as also trusted ministers, brave generals, and renowned teachers. Let's so now Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Jizamata came to Pune. So rejuvenation of Pune. Jijabai and Shivaji returned to Pune. Shivaji remembered his childhood days which he had spent on Shivneri. He could see the lofty peaks of the Sahyadri again and became very happy. Pune at that time was not a big city. It was totally devastated by Shivaji Raje's enemy. Shaji Raje's enemy. छोटंसं गाव होतं ते त्यावेळेस. So yes. So properties were damaged, houses were demolished, temples had collapsed. The frightened people had fled from their villages, fields had become barren, thick forest had grown. Wars roamed in the countryside. Pune thus was totally shambles and ruins. Now, when Jizamata came there, what happened? When the people living around came to know that Jizabai has returned to Pune with Shivaji, they took heart. Jizabai called all of them and reassured them that they would be safe in Pune. So people started settling in Pune, cultivating their lands. Jizabai dilapidated had the dilapidated temples repaired. In the temples, worship began morning and evening. The town was again throbbing with people. Thus, Pune was totally transformed because of the because of the Jizamata and Shivaji Maharaj. Now, the achievements of Dadaji Kondev. When Jizabai and Shivaji were in Karnataka, Dadaji Kondev looked after the Pune Jagir. He was the Subedar of Kondana. Also, he was very faithful. He was strict, efficient, and honest in his work. He was also a just and a strict disciplinarian. He served with devotion. At about this time, a big vada or residence was built in Pune by the order of Shaji Raje. That it came to be known as Lal Mahal. It came to be known as Lal Mahal in Pune to encourage peasants to till their lands. Dadaji gave them concession in the land tax for a few years. He offered prizes for destroying the wasps which infested the countryside and harassed the peasants. Many wasps were killed. He raised peasant patrols to protect life and property from gangs of thieves who roamed the countryside. He fixed land revenue according to the quality of soil. He thus made the people happy in the field of agricultural reform and revenue collection. The work done by Dadaji Kondev and Nizam Shahi Wazir Malik Ambar. We have already heard about this person. is considered to be is considered very important. Now Shivaji's education in Pune. Now Shivaji Maharaj education of Shivaji Maharaj in Pune. When Shivaji returned to Pune, his education continued under the supervision of Jizabai. While returning from Bangalore, Jizabai and Shivaji were accompanied by eminent teachers sent by Shahaji Raje. They taught him many sciences, branches of learning, and languages. Shivaji acquired the knowledge of excellent administration, war tactics, fort architecture, selection of horses and elephants, ways of escaping from different enemy territories, and many other things. Shivaji's progress in the education pleased Jizabai very much. Jizabai very much. So, what Veer Jizamata thought Shivaji? What Jizamata thought Shivaji? Jizabai was no ordinary woman. She was the daughter of mighty Sardar Lakujirao Jadhav and the wife of the brave and valiant Shaji Raje. She had inherited the knowledge of politics and warfare from the infancy. In her oh, in her was witnessed the confidence of the martial traditions of the famous houses of the Zadavs and Bhosles. She was a freedom loving person with a great sense of pride. She had learnt from the bitter experience that, however much a Maratha Sardar displayed valor, it was not appreciated in the court of sultans. So, she had valiantly faced the shock of her father's murder in the open court at the instigation of Nizam Shah. She had, yes, she had resolved her son Shivaji would never be enraged in the service of others. He would establish the rule of his own people, that is Swaraj. She was bringing up Shivaji with that ideal. Then the people in the Mawar region were called Mawlas. They were loyal, hardworking, and quick-footed. No one could surpass them in hardiness, but they were harassed by Sultan's rule. The armies of the sultans used to plunder their villages, forcing the people to abandon their places. Nobody cared for them. Shivaji yearned to do something for these poor, miserable people. On returning home, Shivaji would talk about this to his mother. Jizabai would say, what she would say, Shiva. Sri Ramchandra is the ancestor of Bhosle. Rama killed Ravana and made his people happy. The ancestor of Jadavas is Sri Krishna. He killed Kansa and brought relief to his people. You are a descendant of both Sri Ram and Sri Krishna. You can also destroy the wicked and make your subjects happy. Subjects means people. These words of Jizabai were a source of inspiration to young Shivaji. He would remember the brave deeds of heroes of the past like Rama, Krishna, Bhim, Arjun. He thought of them all the time, whether asleep or awake. He felt that he too must fight against injustice as they did and like them, destroy the wicked and bring happiness to his subjects. He thought that he should become courageous and brave like these heroes of old. Now, after this, what happened? The new regime of Shivaji Maharaj started. The new regime of Shivaji in Pune, the Jagir, in Pune Jagir, the regime of Shivaji began under the guidance of Jizabai. Shaji Raje had already made the preparations for this. When Shaji Raje sent Shivaji from Bangalore to Pune, he spent some very powerful and prestigious people with him. Okay, there were first person was the here Samraj Nilkantha Peshwe, Balakrishna Harmante Muzumdar, Mankoji Dahatonde Sarnobat, Raghunath Vallar Sabunis, Sonobanta Dabir. These were all the men fit to administer an independent kingdom. Shaji Raja had specially deputed them to Pune to help Shivaji Maharaj. To help Shivaji governed his Jagir efficiently. With their help, Shivaji began to administer his Jagir to attend the people's grievances. Those who inflicted injustice upon the riots were punished. In a way, Shaji Raj's Jagir was undergoing a transformation. The Mavras got a glimpse of the future Swaraj. It was as it were the dawn of the Swaraj. It was the dawn of the Swaraj. Now, lastly, we are going to see Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's marriage, Shivaji's marriage. In those days, people married at a very early age. So, Jijamata said we should now get Shiva married. Then a search for a suitable bride for Shiva began. Soon she found the girl she wanted. Her name was Saibai. Saibai came from Nimbalkar family of Falta. The marriage was celebrated with great splendor. With great splendor. So in this way, we have completed the chapter. Now we'll see the questions and answers. Question number one: A. Shaji Raja was a scholar of Sanskrit. He was a scholar of Sanskrit. Then people living in the Mava region, they were known as Mavras. They were known as Mavras. Then who appointed teachers for Shivaji and where? So who appointed Shaji Raje? So Shahaji Raje, Shahaji Raje appointed, right? And where? In the Bangalore court. In the Bangalore court. In the Bangalore court. Okay, Bangalore court. Sorry. Okay, so this is the answer in the Bangalore court. Then what did the teacher begin to teach Shivaji? So we'll see the answer here. Question 2B. Yes. They began to teach Shivaji to ride a horse, to wrestle, to use swords, and Dandapatta. And Dandapatta. This is the answer of question number 2B. The third question, question 2C. Why did Dadaji Kondo give concession in land to tax here? Here is the answer. Yes. So, to encourage the peasant to till their lands, Dadaji gave them concession in the land tax for a few years. So, this is the answer of question number 2C. Let's go ahead. Question 3A. How was Pune rejuvenated? Yes. So this is the answer. Yes. This whole paragraph you need to write from here till the last one. So this your whole paragraph you are supposed to write. This one is the answer of question 3A. Then what question number 3B, what knowledge did Shivaji acquire? Here is the answer. Yes. So Shivaji acquired, here is the answer. Shivaji acquired the knowledge of excellent administration, war tactics, fort architecture, selection of horses and elephants, ways of escaping from difficult enemy territories, and many other things. So this is the answer of question number 3B. Then last one. What did Jizabai resolve? What did Jizabai resolve? So here is the answer. Yes. Jizabai resolved that her son Shivaji would never be engaged in the service of others. He would he'll establish the rule of his own people, Swaraj. She was bringing up Shivaji with that ideal. So this is the answer of last question. So I have given all the answers in the video.